Hello everyone! In this time, I'll teach you about a fantastic story entitled Bahadur Muda. In this age, there lived a stubborn and troublemaker young man in a village surrounded by mountains named Jaka. Raised up in the village because of his actions. However, the villagers understand his misfortune. Since the incident 10 years ago, he killed his family members, causing him to receive only limited financial support from the villagers because he was reluctant to be placed in an orphanage and chose to stay at his house. But as time went on, his actions got worse. Like when his city's daughter married 5 months ago. Jaka, where are you going to run to? I gave you a down payment, but you didn't do your job and ran away with the illicit money? Hey, Bashiri, it was you who gave me this kind of money essentially before. How can be illicit when it was already belongs to me? He said from a distance. When money go, he just told Mr. Rudy's chicken for a cook fight in the next village. Jaka, where do you want today, my chicken? We told you mess with me, kid. I'm sure you're danger. Mr. Rudy, no one knows when and where someone will die, said Jaka as he took the chicken away from a distance. Until early last year, a major tragedy hit the whole world, including in Indonesia. The pandemic killed millions of people in a short period of time. The society tried its best to help protocols by physical distancing, wearing masks, and washing hands after activities. Unlike Jaka never even cleaned his house, let alone dare to help protocols as a new habit. All villages have operated a hand washing place in front of their homes. Except for Jaka, he hasn't even got rid of the habit of playing around in the other village, even though that village has been infected with the plague. The villagers were worried by his actions, although a few people go in and out of the village, but not to play like Jaka, but to earn a living. Other villagers also never take off their masks when outside the house, so that their safety is guaranteed. Finally, the villagers asked the herdsman to intervene to solve the problem. One day, the herdsman met him at home, carrying a box of containers containing masks and disinfectant, intending to give them to Jaka. However, the stubborn young man refused firmly. Hey, old herdsman! How many times have I told you that it's impossible for the plague to enter an isolated and pollution-free village like this? Look! It's been 4 years since the pandemic hasn't bothered us. Everything you do is a waste of money. Rather give me money. I use it for something more useful. But the herdsman of course shook his head. He and even the whole villagers knew Jaka would spend his money on gambling in the next village, so they agreed that they will only provide support in the form of daily necessities to the young man. Jaka, this year the pandemic hasn't bothered us. But are you sure you who often go out of the village for fun will not bring the plague to our village? Hey, old man, you don't know that my life isn't just for fun. You must just want to scapegoat me, right? If you didn't see the older people going out of the village every day. It's not like that, Jaka. We villagers only prevent the plague from coming to our village. The young man was furious. Telling the middle-aged man in front of him to go home. Effort made by the herdsman as successful. He also opened in and out of the village like other. Why is it only me who is allowed? He said to himself in a night. That night, he told her about what the herdsman said earlier. He was actually afraid of the plague, but because of his prestige, he denied the herdsman's words. Finally, that night, he went somewhere with some money to the next village, which he knew had a shaman. The next day, he probably found the 3 objects on his finger, which were believed to be amulets to the villagers. Hey everyone, look at this. You see right? This is an amulet to prevent disaster. Nothing will happen with me because of this amulet. Not even the plague you hear on the radio can happen. The villagers end up whispering to each other, gossiping about him. Looks like Jaka is acting up again. Yeah, too many people know that the shaman from the next village often lie. There you go. Maybe God will give him guidance one day. It had been almost 2 weeks since he had found that his 3 mules were around the village. But Shocking news came from the next village. Reject happened every day. The shaman who was paid dearly by him for the treatment was found dead at his home. Upon investigation, it turned out that the shaman had contracted the deadly plague that the villagers heard on the radio. The plague had plagued him for almost a month without any symptoms. Jacob, who heard the news, his face immediately turned pale. He locked himself in his room all day. Some people sometimes hear cabin sounds from his house. They concluded it was possible that the young man had a plague. A few days later, a group of medical personnel came to the village wearing all white clothes, multi-layer masks, complete with face shields and gloves. Some medics visited Jacob's house, and others checked the condition of other village and gave mass vaccines to the residents. The young man who had been stubborn this time was silent as his limp body was carried to the isolation room in the city. The villagers felt sorry for him and also relieved that the plague might have left their village. Jacob took 6 months to recover and return to the village. But now, he came not as a villager, but as a medical worker who helped process the second batch of mass vaccines in his own village. Not only the villagers were amazed, the medical personnel who treated him while he was still in isolation were also amazed by his abilities. Maybe what the young man said to the villagers was true, that he didn't live just for fun. All time without anyone knowing, he often reads the textbooks he bought at the flea market as a kid. The headman who saw the young man return smiled, felt happily and proudly, not expecting the boy who used to be uncivilized has now become the most influential person in the village. He is also known as the Bahadur Muda or the young hero. So guys, I hope you enjoy my story and thank you for watching.